about this. It's an important product, and I want to just kind of stop the show for a second to let you know that if you only buy one thing today, it most certainly should be a blood pressure monitor. So many millions of us have high blood pressure and we don't even know it. The story is more personal because way back when, 14 years ago, when I first arrived at HSN, I was on air in the middle of the night. It was 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were presenting a blood pressure monitor. And I was on air with a gentleman you're about to meet, and he took my blood pressure, and his eyes widened, and he looked at the camera, and he said, "Oh, Adam, I think there was a malfunction with that." Anyway, long story short, I got off air that night. He said, "Adam, you better go to the hospital right now." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Adam, your blood pressure is through the roof. It's so high, it's not even reading it properly." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Adam, go." Long story short, I went to the doctor. The doctor said, "Thank God you came in. Your blood pressure is at critical levels." I said, "I'm 27 years old." This was back then. I said, "Well, I'm invincible, aren't I? How are you talking about high blood pressure? I look fine." Well, as fine as I could look. He said, "Adam, it doesn't matter how you look. You might feel good, but you've got high blood pressure." He said, "You're not eating properly, you're working in the middle of the night, you've moved over to a new country." He said, "All of these things affect it." Now, I was able to fix it and correct it with medication. But folks, if I hadn't have known that night, I could very easily not be with you right now. Systolic, diastolic, you gotta know your numbers. Everybody has to know their numbers. It's always annoyed me and upset me that in a lot of the drugstores in America, they offer blood pressure monitors for hundreds of dollars. Well, we have a special relationship with SmartHeart, and we're able to deliver best-in-class blood pressure technology with accuracy, easy on, easy off, can do it yourself at prices that you don't typically find. This is $49.99. It's our big arm cuff with no wires or cables to get tangled. It has the big illuminated display, and this will give you the knowledge that you need to make sure you know what your blood pressure number is. Look, I want you to be with me for the next 90 minutes. I want you to see my best pick of all time in 15. I want you to see my special delivery at 11. Honestly, none of that matters when it looks at this, when you look at this. If you only buy one thing, it has to be this. I want to introduce you to the gentleman that I always say saved my life. He did. He saved my life. Registered nurse, the amazing Matthew Peters joins us live. Matt, it's great to have you as always. It's my privilege to be on the air with you. Matt, it's a problem. So many millions of us have high blood pressure, just like I did, and we don't even know it.
Don't even know it is absolutely right. So I'm going to pretend for the next 10 or few minutes or so, Adam, that this is your top pick. And you know what, everybody out there, it should be your top pick. It really should be. Do you know that it's common to have, blood pressure as high as even 180 over 120, and you might not necessarily feel anything? According to the American Heart Association, and this is one of those things, did you know that not regularly checking your blood pressure can lead to very serious consequences? Take a look at your screen right here. We're talking about statistics that are mind-blowing. 1 out of 3 adults in this country has high blood pressure. That's 75 million Americans, but only about half of us actually have it under control. That's including diet, exercise changes, even high blood pressure medication. Okay, another 1 in 3 has that pre-hypertension. This is very scary. This is that what you can't feel under the surface can actually be that silent killer. Yeah. So here's what I want everybody to focus on with this, okay? Those are statistics. Adam is an individual. We all know and love Adam. Your loved ones. Think about somebody. Maybe it's yourself right now. These are actually people. These are not statistics. And my mom had a heart attack years ago. She has it under control now, but she's been working with her doctor ever since to get her blood pressure under control and check it. This is the tool, excuse me, this is the tool that can help prevent some of those serious consequences by giving you the information. I want you to look at this right here on your screen. This is an arm monitor by Veridian. It's got a 5-year warranty. SmartHeart is the cutting edge in technology. Only about 30 seconds, you're gonna get that clinically accurate reading. Look at that, it's attached to the cuff, Adam. Yeah. 1 button operation. Yep. 30 seconds, you get your systolic, your diastolic. This is gonna hold 500 readings in memory, Adam, It's also rechargeable, so you'll never buy batteries.
You never have to worry about it. You never have to be concerned that it's awkward to use. One of the things that SmartHeart have always excelled at is to create user-friendly devices. That's why the buttons are bigger. That's why the screen is bigger. That's why it's backlit. That's why there are no wires and cables. And that's why at $49.99, it's such an amazing value versus others that are out there. All you need to do is know. If you know you've got high blood pressure, you can take actions to do something about it, but you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. If you ignore it, what if something happened? If I hadn't been there that night, I would never have known. And who knows, obviously, what the end result could have been. I know I was scared to death. I know that that night I left the studio. Of course, I couldn't take this live sample with me, as it were. I went straight to the drugstore, and I bought one there, and I spent $150 on it. And I thought it was outrageous, scandalous. I took my blood pressure at home. I was like, how can this be? I was scared to death. But thank God I knew in time to be able to make a difference. I'm proud that HSN is able to do these offers at these prices. And even if you don't buy this today, promise me next time you go to the drugstore, go to the aisle with blood pressure monitors. There's like 10 of them. One's $80, one's $100, one's $120, one's $140, one's $199. This is less than $50, and it gives you all those smart features. Producer Allison, forgive me, I misheard you. How many did you say are left now? Okay, there are 1544 exactly now left. This is the last quantity from SmartHeart for the rest of the season, so I would love for you to order it tonight before it's gone. Now 1537. Keep an eye on it. I have the red or the blue available. One of the things that Matt is showcasing, which is important, is that they are not all the same. And you know, Matt, with some of the blood pressure monitors, they are a little awkward to operate yourself. What SmartHeart did was make this be very easy. If you live alone, you could take your blood pressure quickly and easily and accurately.
Yeah, don't worry about it, everybody, because when you get this home, all you're going to do is plug it into the charger, get a nice full charge, set the time and date, and you're good to go. So it comes with directions right on the cup for you to tell you exactly which direction to put it on your arm. Now, you want to talk about telehealth visits? Take a look at this. So if I can hold it steady here. So take a look at how beautiful and backlit that screen is. This is going to hold 250 readings in memory for one user. Then you can share it with your spouse or loved one at home for another 250 readings. So you're going to get that systolic, your diastolic, you're going to get your heart rate. If you have an irregular heartbeat, it's going to pick that up as well. You can show this right to your doctor on that telehealth visit, or if you'd like, bring this right into your doctor's office. Again, it's rechargeable. That means that you'll always keep that full charge, always get that clinically accurate reading that you can trust. And you see here at the bedside, Adam, this is really peace of mind here, because this means that she can go on about her day knowing that she has a safe blood pressure reading. She's keeping tabs on it as a trend of information over time, not just one reading. It's rechargeable, as you can see, so that means you'll never purchase batteries. I want to caution everybody, when you're looking around at blood pressure monitors, you're never going to see a monitor quite like this attached to the cuff, an arm monitor, so you get that accuracy. Well over $100 is what you're going to spend to get anything close to the memory, the technology, the reputation of Viridian SmartHeart. Take a look at Donna. She does not look stressed out right now. This is going to be you at home not being stressed out because you know your numbers. You can share it with your doctor. And if there is an issue, Adam, like you had that night, and trust me, I wanted to bring you in myself. Right. I was very concerned as well. It wasn't just the coffee. Why my eyes were open wide, it was because I was very surprised, because looking at you, Adam, you'd never know that your blood pressure was that high. That's the exact point. Everybody, you're in danger all the time, potentially. If you don't know what's going on inside, don't have your head in the sand. Get Viridian home, please.
It's called the silent killer for a reason. You never know it until it's too late, and everything's fun and games until it's too late. I want you to get this so desperately because it is a life-saving product. You gotta know your numbers. Yeah, if you know your numbers, it's okay, but you gotta know. You know, Matt just said keeping your head in the sand. He's right. You've got to know. If you only buy one thing from me tonight, make it this. I'll be happy if it's just this alone. I mean it wholeheartedly. It's the most important product, certainly, that I present here on HSN. Coming up, after we've solved this out, is my #1 pick of my 15 years here. At 11 o'clock, our special delivery arrives with the most powerful way ever to get free television. And also coming up in about 15 minutes, I get to tell you about this little didgeridoo, this little thingamajig, and why everybody needs this as well, called Data Logics. With that being said, blue's gonna be the first to sell out, followed by the red. They are selling pretty evenly at this stage. I'm not saying you can't buy blood pressure monitors for $49. You absolutely can, absolutely. But you can't buy ones typically like this, with this level of functionality. And remember, this very unique design, which means there's not a cuff here and a unit there, a cuff here and a cable here and a machine there. This is the most user-friendly of them all because of the way they did it. But of course, accuracy, Matt, it's about the accuracy. It's no good having a blood pressure monitor that's not accurate. What's the point of that?
No, and Veridian gives you clinical accuracy. You see what's special about this? One-hand operation right there to pull this blood pressure monitor up onto your arm. That compressor unit is attached to your cuff. So no more wrestling with tubes that you got to plug in and drag around and drop this compressor unit off the table. It's all there. It's beautiful to look at because you have that huge display. It's portable. You get the carrying case. You can take it anywhere. Keep your readings private for your eyes only. You get the charging cable. So again, this is a normal wall adapter. So you're just going to plug this right into the wall, get that full charge, and keep it fully charged. The only time that you're going to shut this off is when you get on an airplane because it's that sophisticated with the lithium-ion battery.
Matt, just to jump in real fast, they are letting me know we will be sold out in 4 minutes. So please bear with us. We have lots of great blood pressure monitors. This one for the birthday month really checks all the boxes, and this is the last quantity of the season. So I'd love for you to order yours. At least then you've got it. Then you can take the readings. It's got the memory, it's got the functionality to it, and it's got the accuracy to it as well. Okay, red and blue. Really even Stevens once again. A lot of you ordering. It's nice to be able to get colors rather than just the basic black. Just reminder, this is a much larger screen than you would typically find in the stores, and it gives you better indication as to whether it's bad, good, or pre-hypertension, all of those things. Do we have the image, the still image with the details of what the silent, yes, that's what I'm trying to get out. Let me just quickly read this. High blood pressure in the United States. About 75 million American adults have high blood pressure. That's 1 in every 3. Think about that. 1 in every 3 people have high blood pressure. They don't even know it. Only about half of the people with high blood pressure have their condition under control. That's scary. That was me. I had it. I didn't have it under control because I didn't know about it. Nearly 1 of 3 American adults has pre-hypertension. That's blood pressure numbers that are higher than normal, but not yet in the blood pressure range. High blood pressure costs the nation $46 billion each year. Matt, these numbers are scary, but as you always say, it doesn't have to be scary because there are ways to help solve the problem, to help get it under control, like with me.
Everybody, please take a listen to Adam as he tells you the story, because he was one of those statistics where he had no idea that he had high blood pressure. And everybody, it was very high. And as I scroll through these readings, take a look at these. Some of these you might know, this is a high reading, 171/95. It's color-coded, so it tells you it's up in the high range, 83 heart rate. But you know what? That one reading does not necessarily mean that you have a diagnosis of hypertension or high blood pressure. That's why your doctor wants to see a trend of these readings over time. This will give you 500 readings. When we talk about value, Adam, folks, you're not going to find a monitor that gives you 500 readings that's rechargeable so you don't have to buy batteries from a company like Veridian with a tubeless arm monitor. It's absolutely unheard of. And really what we want to avoid is the surprises. This helps you avoid those nasty surprises by getting out ahead, staying ahead, and really being in tune with your health. It's really not a lot of effort. We have the technology to pull this off now. So all it is beyond that is just that little push to get it home and be safe. And if you have a stubborn loved one out there that fits that description, Adam, you know this more than anyone. Get it for them. Please get it for them. Adam, I'm glad you're still around. I'm glad to see you. I enjoy being on the air with you every time we're together here. I'm a little broken up that this is not your favorite product. However, I know it's one of our customers' favorites.
I've caused a lot of scandal by announcing this. Everybody's saying, it's not me, it's not me. Listen, you know, I classify blood pressure monitors in their own really wing of my experience at HSN. They are very important. It is something that is, look, I talk about this every day, happy to talk about it. It never gets old to me. I never get tired of talking about it. And I feel good talking about it because I'm a living, breathing proof that you can help fix it, but you need to know it first. How are you supposed to take control if you don't know it? Again, I was 27 years old. I'd moved to America. I'm on the Home Shopping Network. Life was good. I was a little lonely. I was working in the middle of the night. I missed family. I missed friends. I wasn't eating right. But all of that paled into comparison when I looked at the numbers of my blood pressure, because I was not in a good space or a good place. And if I hadn't have been on air that night with Matt selling a blood pressure monitor, I'd have never have known. That's why it's personal to me, and I want it to be personal to you, because you will feel better and relieved when you know your numbers as well. We are about 90 seconds away from the big reveal of my #1 pick of all time on HSN, so please bear with us. Matt, as we start to wrap this up, give us some final guidance. You already mentioned really one of the big points, or two big points: no batteries to buy and no tube. This is an all-in-one device, which is really fairly unique.
Yeah, it is. And I want everybody to look at the customer reviews. We have some wonderful reviews on this product. I just also want to remind Adam, that night when you had high blood pressure, that might, if you were in the doctor's office coming to me, that might have been one of those instances of white coat syndrome. If you're actually in the doctor's office, I might say, you know what, that's crazy high. I don't think Adam's all the high, that high all the time. Let's get the information over time or recheck it in 10 or 15 minutes. That's white coat syndrome. If you get one of these readings, though, outside of the clinical setting, you want to keep an eye on that. And what better way to keep an eye on it than with a trustworthy, accurate device that you can actually call your doctor and say, Doc, take a look at these readings. What can we do from here? That's the takeaway from tonight, is knowing and preventing. Please prevent.
Matt, I'll end the way I started. Thank you for saving my life that night. You're a superstar. I appreciate you always and forever. Matt, we'll see you real soon.
Bye, Adam. Have a good night and good luck with your top pick.
Thank you so much, Matt. Matt, our registered nurse, our health professional here on HSN. We've been asking questions all night. I asked you trivia, which show host